Hey you guys, it's Naya and I'm back with another YouTube video. And today I'm gonna do a story time, or it's kind of a story time, kind of, but it's more like a series of different stories. But it's basically just gonna be about like a weird friend that I had. Like weird, I just have like so many weird friends. Not anymore, but I have so many stories to tell, and this is one of those. So yeah, y'all, I know it's been a long time since I made a video. Not really that long, but it's been a while since I posted, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Okay, there we go. So before I start, I want to say that like I think my Ring camera is dying or something, because I've been doing TikToks for fucking ever before I started this video, and I actually gotta hurry up with this video because I have some homework that's due tonight at 11, so I gotta hurry up. But so this story time is not like just one setting story time. It's like a series of days and stuff that happen, and y'all already know that I have to give everyone nicknames. So I'm gonna give the girl in this story her nickname. We're gonna name her, I have to think about that. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna come back to it. Okay, y'all. So we're calling her IHOP. It's an insider, but yeah, that's what we're calling her. Her name is gonna be IHOP. And I don't think that I'm gonna have any other people with nicknames in the story because it's specifically about this friend. If I do, then I'll just give them nicknames as I go. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. But before I start, I want to say the noise that you hear in the background, that is my son. He got a friend over, so just ignore it. Hopefully they're not too loud. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get right into the story. So me and IHOP, we met. Actually, it's kind of crazy the way that we became friends, but we fought, and that's how we became friends, because we fought. And after we fought, I think like I don't even remember what we fought for. Like, I swear, like, y'all, if I remembered, I would tell y'all. I do not remember what me and this girl fought for, but it was like not my first fight, but it was like, I guess, I don't know, it wasn't my first fight, but it was just like my first fight that was like not like family or friend or something like that. So yeah, we fought, don't remember what for. And after we fought, like, she hit me up like on Kick, because this is when Kick was in. She was just like, I don't even know like what we fought for or whatever. And me being dumb, y'all, like, I was really young in the story. I was like 14, so I was just like, yeah, like, me either. And we just became friends after that. Like, we just became really close. Now, I wouldn't say that she was my best friend, but we were really close. Like, she was just someone that I was with like along, like, the whole summer, because this story actually started like during the school year, but our friendship like lasted throughout that school year and through summer. So like, people would be like, how are y'all friends and y'all fought? Which is kind of crazy. People used to say that, but I was just like, like, it doesn't matter. We didn't know each other. We don't even know what we fought. So I was like making excuses, but like, really, we didn't really have no real reason to fight. It was just something petty, like some girl shit. She didn't even go to my school, so it was like, yeah. So yeah, we fought. That's how we became friends. I was like 14 in this story, and IHOP was, I think she was like 2 years older than me. Well, actually, she told me and like my other friend that she was 16. I don't know for sure, but I actually found out like a couple years later that she was the same age as me. I don't know now like how old she is. I don't talk to her anymore, so I don't know if she really did lie about her age then, but at the time I was under the impression that she was 2 years older than me, and I just don't know if that's true or not. Like, I'm pretty sure now it'll be easier to find out, but I don't talk to her. I have no like ties with her, connections with her or anything. So girl, yeah. I used to do everything with her, and I used to tell her like everything, because we really did become close, especially like over that summertime, because she stayed pretty close to me. And we just became close. So like I said, she was older. She like had more boys, like more access to boys and stuff. And like, whenever I wanted to do something, like I would just tell my grandma like, oh, I'm going to IHOP house, like I'm about to go chill with IHOP. And y'all, at the time this summer, my mom was actually in jail, and I was staying with my grandma. And like, grandmas, is a grandma. She wasn't like as strict on me, so I was really able to do like anything I wanted that summer because my mom was in jail. She was gonna be in jail like all that year. Actually, I think she actually ended up getting out. She actually ended up getting out like the following school year, but that summer she was still in jail. So I was just out here hanging out with someone older than me, and you know, boys, parties, all of it, like you name it, she had me in there. So so we were just doing everything together. Like she did put me on like a couple guys that I ended up talking to. I got from her obviously because, you know, I'm in like 7th grade, 8th grade, I don't remember. Had to be 7th grade actually. I'm in 7th grade, and are you 14 in 7th grade? I don't know. I was in 7th or 8th grade, one of those. But yeah, so actually no. Actually, we met during the 7th grade year, and it transferred like to my 8th grade year. So yeah. So yeah, we were, you know, like just doing things. Like she just had me out there. Like she just had me doing everything, going to parties and stuff like that when I was young, and my mom was in jail, so I could do it. So okay, you guys, so it's literally like so much stuff that I could say that this girl did that was like show me that she was not my friend. But being that I was young, I think I really just ignored every sign that there was. I just ignored it. But for one of the things that like she did is I had this friend in middle school, and we had stopped talking over the summer. Like this girl, I had a best friend that was, you know, we were really close in middle school. And we had stopped talking over the summer, I think. I don't really remember why, but we had got into it and we had stopped talking. And so I was staying the night. No, actually, IHOP was staying the night at my house over the summer one time, and I was nosy, y'all. I don't know, like, if it's just me. Like, I'm one of the nosy friends. I don't know. Like, I want to know who you texting, who you talking to, who other friends you got other than me, because I'm a jealous type of friend. I want to know my friends' every move. Like, I'm not like that now since I am older. Like, I definitely do give my friends privacy now. But at the time, I was jealous. I didn't want my friends hanging out with nobody other than me. So she was at my house. She stayed the night. We were in my room, and she had to take a shower. And I remember she left her phone on the charger in my room when she was in the shower. And I seen on Kick, like the girl that I was friends with, with my ex best friend or whatever. She had kicked her or whatever, like 3 times or whatever. So, of course, like, you know, us being young, we used to share passwords with our friends and stuff. I don't know if, like, it was just us, but we used to do that. That was, like, something that we just did. So, I knew her password. I went through her phone, and she was telling the girl stuff about me, and like stuff like about my grandma. She was saying like I can't do nothing, you know, like she wanted to hang out with her. I really don't remember like what exactly happened, but I guess my grandma wouldn't let me go somewhere this weekend or whatever, and she wanted to go like to chill with some dudes most likely, and I couldn't go. So I was just telling her like, no, just stay in the house with me, because I guess like my grandma was tripping, because that's what she was saying to the girl. She was like, oh my gosh, like her grandma is always fussing, da 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 da. She was just like, you know, I wish, you know, I could be with you. Basically, she was just they were talking shit about me, and you know, I'm just like, okay. So I'm reading their messages. Like I was just reading their messages, and they were just talking about me. Like she was basically every move that I was doing that day, she was telling it to the girl that I was not friends with no more. And I was just like, that's so weird. So she got out of the shower, and I didn't say nothing to her. I locked her phone back, and I know that she knew that I went through her phone, because I read the messages that the girl had sent her. So she asked me like, did you go through my phone? And I was like, no, I didn't go through your phone, like, you know, no, or whatever. I'm like, girl, you tripping. So I didn't say anything to her about like me knowing that she was talking to this girl, even though like, you know I don't want you talking to her. Like I'm not cool with her. I don't fuck with her. So why would you be talking to her? We're cool. So I was just like, no, whatever, da 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 da. I let it go, and we just like did what we did for the rest of that day. And then the next day when she left my house, she went to a party with a girl that I wasn't friends with no more, but she tried to hide it from me. Like she already knew, I guess, that I couldn't go to this party because I couldn't go nowhere the day before. So she didn't, you know, like she was trying to hide it from me. So she didn't tell me. She was just like, I texted her that day and was just like, you know, what you doing? Come over again or whatever. And she was like, I can't. She was like, she was going somewhere. Like, I forgot what she said. Y'all, it was so long ago. Like I said, I was like 14. I'm 22 now. So do the math. It was a long time ago. But she was just telling me that she couldn't come over for some reason. And I was just like, okay, fuck it, cool. So, anywho, she goes to this party with this girl that I used to be friends with. And the girl that I used to be friends with posted a picture of them on Facebook or Instagram. I don't remember. But she tagged her in it. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, so you hanging out with her now? So I didn't say anything to her, obviously. Like, I'm not gonna be like possessive, like, or nothing like that. I didn't say anything to her right then and there. But the next time she came to my house, which was probably like the next day, because she literally like stayed right beside me and she was always at my house, I said, why didn't you tell me you were going to the party with her or whatever? And she was just like, oh, girl, like, it was, you know, last minute thing. Like, she was begging me to go with her, which I knew was a lie because I had already went through her phone and she had already talking about me to this girl. So, like, I knew that was a lie, but I'm, you know, like, okay, whatever. Like I said, I was young and jealous. I've always been like this, y'all. So, yeah. I was just like, okay, whatever. Brush it off, whatever. So, over the summer, there was, like, some older guys. Like I said, she was older than me. And so, of course, like, she's not talking to guys that's in, you know, my grade. Because she's not even in my grade. She's, like, in high school. And I'm in middle school, about to be in high school. So, there was, like, always older guys that she was around that wanted... I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, I'm so sorry for that noise. But, yeah, like, there was older guys. And there was this one dude that she was talking to his friend. And I ended up talking to the dude because she had, like, sent me pictures of him. And she was like, do you think he's cute? And I was like, yes, girl, he is fine. She told me how old he was. I don't remember how old he was, but I know he was older than me. And the dudes that we were talking about, they were from around where we were staying or whatever. I think they were, like, from... I don't remember. But, you know, so she was just like, do you like this dude? I'm talking to his friend. Da, 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 da. We're going to give this dude this nickname. The dude that I was talking to, we're not even going to give her dude a nickname because he's really, like, irrelevant. We're going to call him, Chain. It's just something I thought of, y'all. I can't think of anything. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about him, so I can't give him, like, a funny name. But, yeah, so I was talking to this dude, Chain, and she was talking to Chain's friend over that summer or whatever. So, Chain was, like, the first dude that, I really, like, did stuff with. Like, he really, I don't know, he was older than me, y'all, so he was just like on stuff that I didn't really know at the time. Like, I didn't really know. So he would always try to have sex with me, but he was older than me. I think he had to be like 17, y'all. I know it sounds crazy, but yes, he was like 17 and I was 14. And so yeah, he was always trying to have sex with me, but I was always scared to have sex with him. Obviously, like, I was scared. I was 14, you're 17, like, yeah. So anyways, me and this dude talking, and like, we would, every time, you know, she would go see her dude, she would come pick me up, and I would go see Chain, and we would just be together doing our thing. So we would be at her dude's house, but Chain would be there. So like, we would go into another room and do what we do or whatever. So I remember, like, one time specifically, like, we were in the room because they had told us actually to get out of the room because, like, it's, you know, the grown-up stuff or whatever. So they had, like, told us to get out, go to the other room. So me and Chain go to the other room, and we're just in the room talking or whatever, and he's trying to have sex with me, and I'm like scared as fuck. Like, I know he was so tired of me. I know he was so sick of me, like ew. But at the same time, like, you shouldn't have been talking to a 14-year-old anyways, you know. So I was just like playing with him the whole time, like, no, you know, I'm scared. I didn't tell him I was scared, but I would just like make up excuses. Like, I think a couple times I told him that I was on my period just to get out of it. So, yeah, we're in there with him or whatever, and, I mean, I'm in there with him, sorry. I'm in there with my dude, she's in there with her dude. They're doing what they do or whatever, and, Chain go down on me because I wouldn't let him do anything else. So, that's all he did to me that day. Like, he just went down on me or whatever, and I could tell he was mad, but I was just like, you know, whatever. So, we after that we left, and I guess Chain, like after we left or whatever, he had text her on Kick, and he told her like, I'm done fucking with Naya, like, you know, she never want to do nothing, like I'm too grown for that or whatever. Like he told her that, you know, he was done fucking with me, da da da. And so she texted me and she was like, girl, like what did you do? And I told her, I was just like, I wouldn't, you know, have sex with him, like I didn't tell her I was scared. I don't remember what I said, but I just told her like I wouldn't let him have sex with me or whatever. And she was like, girl, you need to do it. Like he, you know, this nigga's older. Like, girl, everybody would want to talk to him. You need to, you know, stop being childish, telling me to grow up. Like, you need to do something with him or whatever. So, I was just like, oh my gosh, I was so scared. But I was just like, okay, like I really did like him. Obviously, he's older than me, and I was just like that an older nigga wanted me. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, tell him like don't like, just give me another chance, please, or whatever. So I guess, you know, she talked him into like not leaving me alone or whatever. So like a couple days go by, I think it was like the next weekend, we chill with them again. And so, you know, now I'm like, okay, now I have to really do something with this dude, because if I don't, he's gonna stop talking to me. So, you know, I was just thinking about what Ahab told me, like, girl, grow up, do something with this dude, because he don't want you around no more if you don't. So I was just like, okay, so this time we were with them, I tried to let him do something with me, but it didn't work. It didn't work, y'all. Like, it just wasn't gonna work. Like, I'm sorry, I was scared. But you know, I was the youngest one there, and I didn't want to say anything, like me being scared. No, so I tried, but it just wasn't gonna work. Like, it just wasn't working. It wasn't doing for me. So I already knew. I was like, okay, yeah, not gonna fuck with me no more after this. Like, I tried, it wasn't working. Like, I'm sorry, I was scared. I just knew he was gonna stop fucking with me after that. So after we left, I just went ahead and told her, like, when we were leaving, that this time I told her, I was like, girl, like, I couldn't do it or whatever. And no, actually, to be honest, I'm lying. I'm completely lying. I actually told her, I told her that I did do it with him. I was like, yeah, like we did it or whatever. So he's texting me or whatever, we're texting, and he's just like, you know, he's just like, he's not making it known that he's mad, but whatever, he's just like starts short texting me and stuff. So I told her that me and him, you know, did it. And so she's thinking like, okay, good, like, okay, you know, good, I'm proud of you. What kind of friend is that? But yeah, so she was just like, okay, good. And I guess he ended up texting her and was like, I'm not fucking with her no more. Like, I can't fuck with her. She never want to do shit. And da da da. So I remember she hit me up and she was like, girl, I thought you know what? And now at this point, I'm mad, because I'm like, why do he keep texting her, telling her everything? Like, why is he not bringing it to me? Why does he keep, you know, going to her with it, like telling her not to bring me around? Like, whatever. He was basically telling her, like, you need to bring another friend, because Naya is no. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, whatever. But I mean, I was just like, it's whatever, you know, okay. So she basically was just like, girl, why you lied? Like, whatever. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was just really not even telling her that I lied. I was just really giving her the runaround. But I was just like, I really didn't know. I didn't want him to stop talking to me. So, anywho, I think this may have been like towards the end of the summer, like whenever all this stuff went down. This was like the end of that summer, I think. And actually, no, I'm completely lying again. I think we probably have started school already. I think I was in school when me and this dude stopped talking, like all this shit happened. So I think we were in school, and like I said, she was in high school. I was in 8th grade at this point. So, I think it kind of died down. I had, like, stopped talking to her, like, so much. I just, like, was not really talking to her like that. And, yeah, I was back in school, and I had, like, friends my age and stuff like that. So, I was doing me. Whatever. So a couple months go by, and she hits me up or whatever, and she's like, oh, Chain, you know, he was asking about you or whatever. He was asking about you, you know, like, do you want to fuck with him or whatever? And At this point, I'm thinking, okay, like a couple months went by. Maybe, you know, I can try again with him, like, because the first time, you know, over the summer it wasn't working. I was too scared. I think at this point, at this point I was 15. So a couple months would go by, and I think now I'm like 15. So, mind you, my birthday is in the summer, so that's like I was 14 and then turned 15 school year. So yeah, so she had hit me up. This was probably like in like the winter time. Actually, I know it was like after Christmas, whenever she was like, he was talking about you, you know, like, you know, fuck with him or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, girl. So I had started back talking to her. I don't really remember why did we stop talking. It's like nothing happened. I think it died down after, you know, the dudes, because we didn't really have anything to really talk about. So I was like, yeah, or whatever. Like, so the dude text me, we're talking, and, you know, he was just like, you know, are you gonna come with IHOP this weekend? She's gonna be with her dude. Like, are you gonna come with her to see me? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Mind you, at the time, y'all, like I said, my mom was in jail for a year, so I was really just doing whatever the fuck I wanted. So I was like, yeah, like, okay, you know, I'll go with her to see you, whatever. So that weekend comes, and I think like it may have, I don't remember if it was the day before or like the same day, but it was like we were about to go or whatever, and her dude had texted me on Kick. He texted me on Kick, and he was just like, I don't remember, like, he said, yo, what's up, or something like that. And I put like a question mark, like, why is he texting me? But I just assumed that he was looking for IHOP, like maybe she wasn't texting him back or something. I don't know. But anyways, I sent like a question mark or something or whatever, and he didn't text back. He left me on red. So I was just like, that's weird. So I had told her, of course, me being the friend I am, I'm not gonna try to like fuck with your dude behind your back, and I'm confused why he's even hitting me up. So I told her, I was like, yeah, you know, your dude texted me on Kick or whatever, and I remember she was like, come outside. So she was already like on the way to my house or whatever, and so she was just like, you know, why did he text you? What did he say? And I was like, girl, he just texted me and said like, yo, or whatever, and he just didn't text back. And she was like, that's weird. That's weird. So I was like, yeah, that is, like, what would he be texting me for? She was like, I don't know. She was just like, you know, I don't know what he would be texting you for. So next day, I think like the next day or either that night, we go see them or whatever. I didn't never really talk to her dude, so, you know, I didn't really get to ask him like, hey, what you texting me for? I didn't, you know, talk to him. Like, whenever we would talk, all of us in the room together. So yeah. So anyways, we we're there, all of us in the room, in her dude's room, and then, you know, we separate as we usually did. So I go in the room with Chain or whatever, we're talking, and he was just acting weird. Like, he was acting weird, like he wasn't really interested in me. And I was just like, what the fuck did you, like, you told me to come. Like, you know, I'm just like, what the fuck? You told me to come. So, but he was just acting weird. Like, I really can't even explain it. He was just acting weird, like, the whole time. And, you know, I don't know. So, we try to do what we do again. And I'm not really going to go into detail, but I still didn't have sex with him this night, even though, like, we tried. I'm not going to go into detail, but we did try again. So I was just like, yeah, he's fed up with me. Like, already fed up with me. Like, yeah, because at this point, I have been playing with him for, like, months, and I just couldn't. Like, I don't know. Like I said, dude was, like, he was, like, 17. So, yeah. So after we leave the dude's house or whatever, her dude texted me again like the next day, and he was like, yo, and I was like, what's up? Again, like, you know, this is second time texting me, but like the first time he didn't say nothing. So I was like, what's up? And he's like, yeah, did you know, I almost said her name. He was like, did you know IHOP and Chain beat, you know, did, you know, the grown-up stuff? And I was like, you know, like, huh? Or whatever. And he's like, yeah, he told me. Her dude actually told me. So I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Yeah, like, they be, you know, doing it now or whatever. And I was like, really? Like, more than once? And he was like, yeah, like, they be, you know, doing it or whatever. And he was like, that's why I was confused whenever she was like, you was coming or whatever. you know, he was like, he was confused or whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm just like, really, like, that's crazy. And he's like, yeah, like, I don't even talk to her like that no more. So I was confused whenever, you know, she was like, she was coming with you, like, who was gonna be with who? And I'm like, the fuck? So he's like, yeah, like, I guess they ended up doing what they did that night. And then he was, I guess her dude was still kind of confused, like, you be messing with, you know, Chain now, so what the fuck? So anywho, actually, I don't know if they did what they did that night. I don't know, but I wasn't in the room. But I just know, like, that's what he was telling me. So he was just like, yeah, that's like weird or whatever. He was like, that's crazy. So I text Chain and I was like, oh, so you know, messing with Ahab or whatever. And he was like, I don't remember what he said, but I don't remember, like, I do remember that he didn't lie about it. He told me, like, yeah, like, I don't remember, like, if he had an attitude or he just flat out said it. Yeah, like, y'all, this was some years ago, like, so stay with me. But he confirmed it. He was like, you know, yeah, they do be messing around. He told me it was more than once. And I was just like, what the fuck? So I had text her and, you know, asked her about it, like, whatever, and she denied it. She was like, no, like, I don't be da 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 da. And I was like, and then I told her that both of them actually told me or whatever. So when I told her that both of them told me, I think that she did end up saying, like, yeah, okay, she did. You know, like I said, we had stopped talking. So she was like, it was like during the time that we wasn't talking anymore, like, whatever. So I didn't care. Like, you know, it is what it is. I haven't talked to this dude in a couple months. Like, a couple months went by before we even talked again. So I didn't care. I was just like, it is what it is. Like, okay. But yeah, like, that dude, he, you know, like I said, I really did like him. Of course, I was young, and of course, I'm gonna like somebody older than me. Somebody's giving me attention. Yeah. He, I did, like, I still, y'all, I'm a fucking kid, okay? I'm 15. I still, after I found out that they did it, I was still talking to the dude, and, like, that's when I said that he was older, and he just taught me, like, so much stuff that yeah, he just, you know, so we would chill on our own. Me and Chain, we would just chill on our own. He would come down and get me, and yeah, it didn't really last long, but yeah. So me and this girl, like, we really had, like, a bipolar friendship. Like, it got to the point where we were, like, friends, not friends, friends, not friends, like, on and off, da da da. And she was always in some drama. Like, she always had some fucking drama going on with her. And I have always been the type of girl where I am not really into, like, I'm not a confrontational type of girl, but being her friend, you have to be confrontational, okay? Because she's beefing with everybody. That's the type of girl she was. So, so yeah, so another situation, which is kind of like her always taking my dudes. She was always taking my dudes. She was older, so, you know, she was gonna do more. She knew a little more, so she was always taking my dudes from me, y'all. Crazy. So yeah, so, like, another situation is this girl had wanted to fight me. This girl, she was older than me. I don't fucking remember why the fuck this girl wanted to fight me. I swear, y'all, I don't remember why this girl wanted to fight me. But I was scared to fight her, okay? I'm not no lying ass bitch, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, I was scared to fight that bitch. Yes, I was. And I was like, no. I just kept telling the girl, like, I'm not gonna fight you, sis. You good, you got that. Like, you probably can beat my ass. So if I feel like you can beat my ass, you got it. You got it. I'm lying, y'all. Like, now, back then, yeah, maybe so. But now, like, I just can't, no, like, nobody's gonna, I will fight anybody, basically. Like, I don't care how big, how tall, little, small, like, yeah. But then I wasn't like that. So I eventually, like, I got to a point where I remember, like, me and the girl was messaging each other on Facebook, and I was just telling her, like, I'm not gonna fight you. And so she was like, oh, well, Ahab said you were saying all of this stuff, da da da. Ahab knew about the girl wanting to fight me. Honestly, probably the reason why the girl wanted to fight me probably had something to do with Ahab. Like I said, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with her. So she was just like, yeah, IHOP was messaging me and she was telling me all the shit that you were saying, and da 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 da. And the stuff that she was telling me that IHOP was telling her, I never said about this girl. Like, I was just like, that's so crazy. She was telling her stuff like, that I didn't say. But of course I wasn't gonna tell the girl that I didn't say that. I was just like, you know, what the fuck. So I went to IHOP, text IHOP, and I asked her, like, did you tell her I said this? And she was like, no, why would I tell her that? Da, da, da. I don't even talk to her. And I was like, I said, and I don't, like, she was just like, you know, what, she's just like basically just saying that she was just saying that, whatever. So anyways, me and the girl, I don't remember how we ended up on the phone, but we ended up on the phone. And she was telling me like, yeah, your friend is the one going back telling me everything that you said. Like, she was like, yo, we gonna meet tomorrow. Like, she was gonna bring me to fight the girl. Yes, IHOP was going to bring me to fight the girl without even me knowing, I guess. Like, that's what she was telling her, tomorrow or whatever. And I'm like, what? I was like, no. I was like, I haven't said, like, you know, baby, you got it. No, ma'am. So, anyways, the girl was just like, it like turned a complete 360, okay? Because she was just like, oh, well, if you like really ain't say that, well, you need to watch your back because that girl's not your friend. She everything you been saying, like, da 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 da. She was just telling me like, girl, that girl's not your friend. And yeah, so me and this girl is actually cool today. Not like, we not like besties, but we cool today. And so yeah, so she was just like telling me that or whatever, and I was just like, that's so weird. So anywho, the girl actually ended up sending me some screenshots between her and IHOP was telling the girl that she was going to bring me to fight her tomorrow. I don't remember where the location was, but she was just like, I'm gonna get her to come. Like, she's going to, you know, I'm gonna get her to come or whatever. So I guess she was having me like gonna set me up to where like she was not gonna tell me, because I sure as hell didn't know shit about this until I seen the screenshot. So I guess she was gonna set me up, y'all. Like, I don't know. So I said something to her or whatever, and she was just like, girl, like, I was gonna fight her for you. Girl, like, I was gonna fight her for you. Like, it wasn't gonna be nothing. Nobody was gonna touch you. That's what she was saying to me. Like, she was doing, like, you know, it's not given. So I'm just like, okay, like, that's so weird. This is exactly why, sorry, y'all. This is exactly why me and this girl had, like, an on and off relationship because of shit like that. So, so yeah, I'm realizing now I'm gonna have to cut this video short because my son said he's hungry, and like I said, he got company over. And like I said in the beginning of the video, y'all, I got some homework that's due at 11, and it's like 10:07. So I'm gonna get to like the good part of this story. So the good part. So she hits me up one day, and she's like, hey, you know, So at this part of the story, my mom is out of jail now. She's been out of jail probably for like some months because she knew her and she didn't like her. She didn't want me hanging out with her. So my mom is out of jail at this part of the story. She hits me up and she's like, what are you doing? Like, I want you to come with me. She was like, she was gonna be chilling with some dudes, and she wants me to come. She was like, you know, oh, I'm going to chill with this dude. These dudes were older. Like I said, y'all, this girl was older than me, supposedly. I don't know. She was older than me, but she was like, she was gonna be chilling with some dudes, and she told me their names. I knew the dudes. I didn't know them. I knew of them. I know they were like my sister age because my sister's 2 years older than me, so they was like somewhere around that. So she was like, she was gonna be chilling with them, and she wanted me to come. She was like, she was with this one dude, and she was like, he got a friend. She told me his friend name, which I knew of the friend, and she was like, you know, he wants you or whatever. And I was like, girl, I was like, no, like, you know, I was talking to somebody at the time, so I was like, no, like, I'm not trying to do nothing, like, I'm not on that or whatever. And she was like, girl, why? Like, he's cute, whatever, da 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 da. And I was just like, no, like, I'm good. So I was telling her, I was like, so we were texting on Kick at this point. So I remember she called me, and she ended up to me. Like, I don't really remember what she said, but I remember, like, I was telling her, no, like, I don't want to do nothing with the dude. Like, I'm not doing nothing with him, so it's no point in me going because that's not happening. And she was just like, okay, she was like, I'm gonna tell him, that, you is not on that. Like, I just want you to come just to chill with me. And I was like, okay, cool. So we had came to an agreement, like, she was gonna tell the dude that, I was coming. I was gonna come with her just to be there with her, but I wasn't trying to mess with this dude. Like, I didn't even talk to this dude, didn't know this dude from a campaign. Like, so she's like, okay. Like I said, y'all, I'm like 15 now. My mom already didn't want me hanging out with this girl, so I had to sneak out. And like I said, if they would have, my mom would have saw like some older boys picking me up. First of all, I'm 15, nobody my age, so like my mom would have been, you ain't going nowhere. So I had ended up having to like tell my mama that I was just going to her house, like I was gonna walk to her house. So she was like, walk up to the end of the road and we gonna pick you up at a certain time, whatever. So I remember she texted me like, get dressed, are you getting dressed? And I was like, yeah, I'm getting ready. So I remember they had pulled up like by her house. Like I said, we stayed kind of close to each other, but they had their lights off, so like my mom, or like if she was looking, she wouldn't be able to see a car. So I walk up the road to her house and get in the car. The two dudes was in the front, her dude was driving, the other dude was in the passenger seat, and we were in the back. And so like while we were in the back, we were texting on our phones, like not talking because we weren't trying to get them to hear what we were saying, but we were texting back and forth, like handing each other the phones. I remember like I asked her like, did you tell him or whatever? And she was like, yeah, girl, he know, like he ain't gonna try nothing with you. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we get to somebody's house. Y'all, I don't know who house this was. It was like 15 minutes away. And we get to this house, and the house is dark. Like nobody was in the house, nobody at all. It was just us. Yeah, so we get in the house, and immediately when we go in the house, her and her dude just walk straight to the back room. Like me and this other dude that was supposed to be for me, we were in the living room, and they just walked straight to the back. So they are like, I don't even know, like 10 minutes into them being in the room, they started doing the do, and they were loud as fuck. And I remember like me and the other dude were just in the living room, sitting on the chair chilling or whatever. So me being under the impression that he knew that I was not doing anything with him, like no. So we were just talking. He starts like coming, like, getting closer to me, scooting closer to me on the chair or whatever. And I remember like he started like touching my leg, and I was like no, whatever. Like I moved his arm away, and I was like no, like I already told you, like I'm not doing that. And he was like, when I tell you, he was like so confused, like what are you talking about? And I was like no, like I told IHOP that I wasn't on that, like I was just here for her or whatever. And he was like, you told her that? And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy. Like she told me, you was ready to, yeah. And I'm like, what? And he was like, yeah, like she told me and his friend, his homie or whatever, that you was down to do whatever or whatever. And so I had my phone, and I showed him the messages when I texted her and was like, girl, I'm not trying to do that. And I literally sitting like right beside him, letting him read the messages, and he pulls out his phone. So I wasn't actually texting him. She was texting his friend, the one that she was in the back doing the do with. And I guess like the friend actually sent the screenshots to this dude. And she was like, yeah, like, Naya, she's gonna be with him. She's she's down to do whatever. Basically, that's what she was saying. I was like, what the fuck? So we just sitting here, me and this dude just sitting here like, he basically, like, at first he was asking like, why, like, you on your period, like what's wrong? This is before I told him. And I was just like, no, I'm not, yeah. So after that, like, we just sitting on the chair, we talking, we like, what the fuck? And I remember him to, like, mind y'all, like I said, this dude is older than me. I don't know how old this dude is, but he is a couple years older than me, like maybe 2 or 3 years. I was 15, so maybe he was like 17 or 18. He was like 17 or 18. I think 18. But so he's like, that's crazy. Like, you don't need to fuck with her. Like, if that's the type of friend she is. He was just like preaching to me like the whole time. We just sitting here listening to them loud as fuck. in the room, and he's like, you know, you don't need to fuck with her because she could really get you in something, like if she doing that, you know, when you clearly told her that you wasn't on that or whatever, and she told us that you was down to do anything, which I had proof. I actually seen it with my own eyes where she said that. And he was just like basically telling me like, you know, she could get you in anything, like that's not cool or whatever, like you need to stop fucking with her. I remember him telling me that, and I was just sitting there like literally, like now that it's coming from somebody that's older, a dude, like he was really, literally putting it through my head like, okay, that shit is not cool. And that wasn't the first time she had done something like that. But so yeah, I'm just like, okay, yeah, he's right, like I gotta leave this girl alone because she's too much for me. Like after this, y'all, after I didn't say anything to her, like they got what they were doing, I'm sorry, y'all. They got done doing what they were doing, and I just, like, we went home. I didn't say anything to her about, like, her lying. I just, like, cut her off. Like, I just, after that was, like, my last straw for me. I just stopped talking to her. I just distanced myself. And like I said, y'all, this was at the time when my mom was home now. So, like, I got back home. My mama didn't know that I was out with them dudes or whatever. So, I got back home, came back, you know, later that day. And I remember, like, I told my mom, you know, if IHOP come to the house looking for me, because I was already ignoring her, like, on the phone, so I knew she was just gonna walk to my house. So I told my mom, like, if she comes looking for me, tell her I'm not here, or, like, I can't have company, like, I'm in trouble or whatever. And my mom just kept asking me, like, why, like, did something happen? And I was just telling my mom, no, like, no, I just, you know, don't want to talk to her right now. So, yeah, so, like, my mom, I know, like, I think maybe, like, 2 or 3 days after me ignoring her completely, she ended up coming to my house, and my mom did what I said. I was in the room, which I had already seen her come in, because I looked out the window, and I told my mom, like, yeah, tell her, I can't have company or something. So, she came, whatever, and my mom was like, I don't know if my mom said that I wasn't there, or I couldn't have company, but I walked to the back room, so she went, like, look in the house to see me. And, you know, my mom did that 2 times, so she came looking for me, and that was, you know, yeah. So we just, after that, like, that was it. We kind of just fell off. Like, I couldn't fuck with that. That's too messy for me. That's not cool. Like, I wasn't with that. So, we just, you know, yeah, we just eventually, like, I think that was pretty much, like, the last straw. Like, me and this girl just, you know, never really spoke again. The dude that was in the story, the dude that she had told that I was going to, you know, what with him, that was my first time meeting that dude in person. And like 2 years ago, like I said, y'all, I was 15 at the time of that. 2 years ago, it's like in 2019, he had hit me up. Like, I'm older now, he's trying to talk to me, so he hit me up and he was like, do you remember that? And I was like, yeah, I remember that, like, that's crazy or whatever. And I had actually told him, I was like, yeah, like, I think that was the last time I talked to her or whatever. And we just had like a little laugh about it. And, you know, he was just like trying to talk to me, but I wasn't interested. So yeah, y'all, that's the end of that story. It's so much that I could have added into this story, because like it was so much that this girl did, but like I said, y'all, I got some homework to do. So I'm gonna end it there. I got some more story times coming. I'm not going to take a long break like I did this last time, because y'all, my hair wasn't done. My nails wasn't done, which they still not. Y'all can see now, but I just spent like $3 to get my car fixed, so I don't have no money right now. I'm gonna be looking bummy until I re-up, because no ma'am, $3 on a car and some nails, the car. So yeah, y'all, that's all for this story. I hope y'all enjoyed my story time. I know it wasn't like really the good one, like a pop-up story, but I'm coming with a good one maybe tomorrow or 2 days. Good ones is coming, okay, y'all? So thank you, and that's all. Bye.